Teddy's up.
Well, it is October. October's famous for two things: fucking and the
What?
um it's Fucktober. Come on, bro. Get with the times. And that was a joke. And also the Castlevania series. And I'm not a big Castlevania guy, so I thought what better way to spend my game talk other than playing many people's least favorite Castlevania game or one of the most universally hated, Castlevania: The Adventure. Pretty crap.
I I was making fun of that earlier.
Yep, I was biting my tongue. In agreement. Castlevania: The Adventure was released on the Game Boy in 1989. It is clunky. It's all hell. It was the first handheld Castlevania at that point. I'm not really sure which other ones. I'm sure the NES ones were out by that point. This has 4 stages. The platforming is pretty ass. The action is pretty ass. I hate the mechanics. I hate how slow it is. The platforms are really bad. Like, I'm serious. Like, first off, I already don't like Castlevania physics. I find that Simon tends to move pretty slow. And also, like, the whip is like really flaccid. And it's like everything I hate about Castlevania is just magnified in this. So even though it's only 4 levels, you have a timer. It's like 11 minutes, 12 minutes, and they're so dragged out. And if you miss a platform, you end up like just falling to your death. And there's only 2 checkpoints in these levels. Some of them take like 5 minutes, and it's just this like stupidly, unfairly difficult platforming that I found it almost impossible to get through some of these levels without save scumming. I don't like save scumming, but I was like, oh, I just want to play this. I want to see the game. I got to stage 4. I did not finish before this map out, but I got pretty far through it. And honestly, I was getting frustrated enough to just put the thing down. I hated it. I hated that like there'd be like a platform like closing in on you, chasing you in, and then meanwhile, then like the annoying heads that pop out of the ground that are like dinosaur heads and start spitting fireballs. They like bounce all over the place and knock you back onto spikes. You'd auto die. You only get 2 lives per credit. You can keep continuing, but you'd have to keep starting from the start of the stage. I just found like it's unnatural. I couldn't imagine playing this on an original Game Boy. Um, the bosses were fine. It looks like a presentable game. So it's decent enough in that regard. But as far as adventures go, this one's pretty shit. Not my favorite.
Maybe Alex knows the answer to this, but does this tie into the lore of Castlevania?
I think so, but I don't.
This is canon?
No.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Don't underestimate me, bro. No, I'm joking. Castlevania Guru here. This is 100 years before the first game. So it's Richard Belmont.
What a name.
It's Christopher.
Okay, close. It's a variant of Richard. Dick.
He's a dick.
He's a real dick. Yeah.
It's Augustus Belmont.
Octavius Augustus. Oh, yeah. So the graphics. Okay, although they're presentable, I'm playing on the collection on Switch, the Castlevania collection. It goes on sale every so often. As I'm playing through the 4th stage, I can see like half the screen kind of glitch a little bit as I'm playing. I don't know if like the original like action just couldn't really keep up with like what was happening on screen or like the graphics. But it's funny to see that happen sometimes. I hate that I don't think the other Castlevanias do this. So you get upgrades to your whip. You get 2 upgrades. One that like makes it, instead of like just like a flaccid whip, a stronger flaccid whip, and then the other is one that shoots fireballs. And when you get damaged, you lose the upgrade. It goes down 1. So you're stuck with this shitty whip. And there are enemies that will chase you down the screen, and you have to keep dodging them. You can get trapped by them. And then even if you take them out, if you've gotten knocked too far back, they respawn. So like that's where I just ended up. I was just so annoyed by that. The dodges are like awful. Like you might be having to climb a rope and drop onto another rope while like spikes are closing in on you. You might need to drop on a platform that's going to fall into spikes. It's like the textbook precision platforming, which I don't think is a bad thing per se. It's just that the programming of the game set it up so that it was basically an ordeal to try and complete this in a natural way.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it was a really early Game Boy game too, so it plays like fucking garbage. And the sequel, they did a second one, I believe, on Game Boy, and that one actually plays a lot better. But this game in the original gameplay, the Game Boy format is terrible. I'm surprised for that collection they didn't port over. They did a WiiWare remake of this game that's lost to time now because WiiWare is dead, and that version has never been brought out. So I'm really surprised they didn't just bring that version over because I've heard it's way more playable.
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
I got it on here on Wikipedia. In June 2006, a ROM hack of the game was created called Quick Fix. It made him he moves at a much more reasonable speed. The whip does not downgrade when he gets hit, does downgrade when he dies. And his hitbox was also improved to prevent instances where he seemingly lands on a platform but then slips off.
Okay. I do want you to picture this. Picture 10 bricks across the screen right now.
Okay.
Right? And then there's like a bottomless pit here. So if you miss one, you fall. Actually, no, there is a bottom. Okay, scratch the bottomless pit. There's a bottom pit where you can land on your bottom. But just to cross on all of the bricks, you would have to be walking across the brick, and as you're getting off the brick, jump from the edge of that brick onto the next brick. Otherwise, you fall down and have to repeat the process. That's the type of platform that you have to do all throughout this game. You like if your jumps are too too early, you fall to your death, and you have to redo from like a checkpoint that was minutes ago. It's really not good. I don't like it. I just don't think it's like a good challenge. I would be interested to play the ROM hack to see it. I feel like once you like do it enough times, you can kind of get a hang for it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's just like I don't think it's fun.
Yeah. I also know this, according to the Wikipedia, a series of comic books were released in 2005 called Castlevania: The Belmont Legacy, which are based on this game.
Did you push up your glasses while you read that?
Comic book fan Spencer.
Yeah. Bit of a
Uncle
nut.
lore master. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like and I've never beaten this game either, but I've played it, and it's like the classic Castlevania style isn't like bad. Like I enjoy some of those games, but they were already kind of tough with the precision platforming. But the game just on a Game Boy runs so sluggishly that it's just a nightmare to try to do anything in that game.
I
So
foresee I
that's,
would not like this game.
Yeah, no, you'd hate it.
It'd be awful. You'd love it.
Map out coming soon. 4 stages.
4 stages. 2 colors.
No theme. It's not the greatest in the Castlevania series. But I played it. Tried it. Can confirm it sucks. Sucking and fucking Tober.
Sucking and fucking confirm.
The name of October is slowly getting more vulgar every time we say it.
Sucking fucking Tober.
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.